Hi, this is Cindy Tonkin and Political Acumen presenting Coping with Bad Bosses. We've got 9 tips for you today for coping with bad bosses. Whether your boss is a micromanager, a tantrum prone or moody, these 9 tips will work. Here's number 1. Work out what pleases them. Bosses are people, so just like everybody else, if you find out what they like and give it to them, they're more likely to want to care about what you like. So find out what it is. It could be tangible, might be licorice, all sorts. It could be intangible. They want to be loved, they want to be appreciated, they want to be happy. Do what you can to make them, give them what they want. Number 2, speak their language. So you know that some people like to see pictures and graphs and colour. Give them something visual. Other people want to hear good or bad information spoken from the heart and in a pleasant voice, therefore auditory. Speak that language. Other people like to actually experience things, kinesthetic. Give them a tour of what you're doing, walk them through it. Speak the language your boss speaks and you may find it way easier to deal with them. Number 3, read their mind. Try and anticipate what they're going to want next so that when you go in with A, you know that B is next. Don't just report on the number of new leads because that's what they asked you to do. Read your boss's mind and uncover where those leads came from, identify the segment, evaluate the value of Facebook as a lead generation tool. Ask yourself what next and be ready to answer if they ask. It'll always put you ahead. Then number 4, if they're really picky, give them half. You know this kind of boss, the kind of boss that kind of says, you've spelt this word wrong, and it never gives you more useful information than that. Give them half. Leave a couple of words in there that's done. Give it to them half-baked because they're going to reformat it for you anyway. Number 5, stay out of their way. It's a short-term strategy, but it is simple. Just stay out of their way. Keep your nose clean and stay out of the radar. Number 6, find out what they used to judge you. So Anne, for example, a friend of mine, wasn't a morning person, used to get in at 9:15 and leave at 7, but her boss was in at 7, and so the boss judged her by how early she came in. When Anne moved to coming in at 7, everybody was happier because the boss was happier. Number 7, crowdsource an answer. You're not the first person to work with this guy or this woman. Some of them have succeeded. Go find out people, ask them for a tip, take them for a drink, find out what you can find out from the crowd. Number 8, this one works really well if you just find you can't get away. Reframe how you see them. So I worked with Rosie, who started picturing her boss in nappies whenever he went off into a tantrum state, and what it meant was she was able to cope more effectively. So she smiled. When she smiled, other people smiled, everybody's pressure went down, and she was able to cope with it just by the way she thinks about it. Didn't change his behaviour, changed hers. Number 9, if they really are difficult and you're finding it hard to cope with them, make plans, get out of there, work out where you can go, find a new boss. This has been Coping with Bad Bosses. Here are the 9 again. Work out what pleases them and give it to them. Speak their language, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Read their mind, think about what's going to happen next so that you're always ready and not on the front, and always on the front foot. If they're picky, give them half so they feel good because they've made changes, but you feel good because you haven't wasted your time. 5, stay out of their way. 6, work out how they judge you and then basically use that to make sure that you give them what they want. Crowdsource an answer, find someone else who's done this work before with them. 8, reframe how you see them, change the way you think about them, and then if you need to, make plans. This has been Coping with Bad Bosses. Sign up to our newsletter, politicalacumen.com.au. Originally it's appeared in the Mortgage Professional Australia magazine in February 2013. There's the people who need to be thanked. Thank you.